Amendment 24 kind of is an attempt to take care of unfinished business from the post-Civil War amendments, because some states began to institute various mechanisms, various laws that were meant to prevent new African American citizens, not necessarily new, but African Americans generally, or poor white folks from voting. One of those mechanisms, one of those Jim Crow laws that many southern states has, was that there was a poll tax set at a level to keep poor and African American voters away, but not so high as to keep more wealthy voters out. It's just a means of discrimination that was dealt with in this amendment. Amendment 25 changes really it's meant to deal with the possible situations required for orderly succession of the president and vice president. It was ratified 3 years after, 4 years after JFK's assassination. As sort of during the Cold War, also it became necessary to sort of figure out, okay, what if we're attacked? What if vice president and president are both dead? And it just gets into dealing with more contemporary possibilities of presidential disability, like what if he resigns, or what if he says he's not able to fulfill his duties, these sorts of things. 26th Amendment sets the national voting age to 18. Some states had allowed people younger than 21 to vote for a long while, but really it was the Vietnam War that pushed this question to the forefront. The question at issue is, well, if I'm old enough to get drafted at 18 and fight in Vietnam, why do I have to wait 3 years from then to vote for those people who are sending me or not sending me into war? This seemed really to be the decisive question that was answered by the 26th Amendment. Final one, 27th Amendment. I mentioned this before. It's an interesting one because it was originally part of the proposals for the Bill of Rights that James Madison put forward in 1789. There was a college student in 1982, in his sophomore year, who wrote a paper when he was at University of Texas saying, there's no end date. On this amendment, that is, some of the states have ratified it, some of them haven't, but it's still sort of up for debate. His professor didn't agree, but then he actually worked for the next 10 years to get states to ratify this, and was successful eventually, which is kind of bizarre. None of the other amendments have really followed that same course, where someone revives interest in them way, way later. But the content of this amendment really is that Congress can't give itself a pay raise without giving voters the chance to vote them out of office for having done so. So no pay raises or hypothetical, although I don't think ever actual pay decreases, would take effect until the end of the current 2-year term. So yeah, representatives would have to answer for their use of public funds in that way. All right. This concludes this review session. I hope it's been enlightening, and I hope that I'll see good results on your tests upcoming.